Okay, so Zechariah.
How you
So
doing?
do people call you Zach?
Yes, a lot of people call me Zach. Growing up in high school, from like junior high to high school, they was calling me Zeke, but I kind of shut that down once I started to get older.
Okay, so we can refer to you as Zach. And
Yes.
so tell me about your brand. I know that I saw a really good show that you were in. What was it called? The Bloom or something floral. What is it?
Yeah, Bloom Fashion Show. It
Yeah.
was November,
hmm
last November.
Yeah, the Bloom Fashion Show was really good. It was great. Uh, uh, very moody in a way that
Yeah.
I like. So it was a really, really cool concept. So tell me about your brand and how you started it.
Well, first, my brand, it's been in development for years. Like even before I even had a name for the brand, I've been developing it, trying to figure out how I was gonna get into the industry until
hmm
I've like 2022. That's when I finally started going to school, and everything kind of started from there. So it's like my brand name is Knome. There's like three parts to it. First is I want it to be a layer of people getting to know God,
mm
and then I wanted to have a layer of people getting to know themselves, and then the third final layer is people getting to know me as a creative. It all of that came about is when I was going through like rough times back in, like I say, 2022. I was
mm-hmm.
new. I was fresh as being a father. I had like my daughter was like 1.5 at the time, and I was trying to figure out life, what I was gonna do, and how I was gonna do it. And at the
hmm
same time, I was losing everything. Like I lost relationships, I lost a brand new car, I lost apartment, and then I was just praying to God. I was just like, Lord, what's going on? Why am I losing everything? Like,
hmm
then like that was like probably like my first time encountering him, and he was just like, you have to get to know me,
mm-hmm.
and that's when the name came about. I was like, oh wow, so now I go know me.
hmm
Um, I think it just to me it all came about like easily, like it flowed, like it wasn't pressured, like everything that I did and everything that you've seen, like it's been building since 2022, even before I started
hmm
going to school. And just a little bit about the brand. I wanted to be like community. I wanted to be like, of course, for the fashion, but more so for the community, helping people like find themselves and just like being together mentally, because we living in a world right now where it's a lot of stuff going on, and where mental health awareness is pretty popular right now, because like me personally, I feel like most of the things going on right now is because of people are lost. They don't know
Yeah.
like themselves. They don't know. They don't have nothing they're following. Like they just out here just randomly doing things. So I feel like the base of my brand was created on just the pain that I went through at a certain time, and now I'm just trying to show and share light on how to, get out of those tough times.
hmm Yeah, design with a purpose. And it seems like it also might be a little even more healing for you, just
Hmm.
generally. So it's a greater purpose beyond yourself, but then also um, in creativity generally, it seems like, sometimes when you're going through really hard times, you almost get a block. So
Yeah.
do you find, and I know that, this was kind of a concept that kind of started in dark times and kind of grew into this business and this creative moment, but do you find that creativity and creating actually helps you to kind of get past that roadblock, or do you feel completely blocked when you're in a bad headspace?
I think like for me, I think my when I am in a creative block, I just go back to life. Like
hmm
I'm I'm inspired by what I go through during
Yeah.
life, no matter if it's family, friends, church. I just go back to life and then just try to pick things up out of that. And then of course my influences around are like what's going on. But usually when I'm in like a creative block, I just go back to the basis, the
hmm
foundation, and I kind of like take a break. so everything can just start coming to me, because I don't like forcing creativity, because I
Right.
feel like you don't get the best results like that.
Hmm. Okay. So do you so you've kind of been around since 2022. So I mean it's still a pretty young brand.
Yeah.
Have you is what we saw at the Bloom show kind of that like your first kind of
Yes.
entrance into the world? Okay. Oh,
Yes. Literally,
that was a
like,
strong entrance into the world, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally,
So
like, I remember just starting going to school,
mhm,
and like I started off in the background, so I would do like back of house at fashion shows,
mhm,
photo shoots, and I would be a design assistant. And then like I would grow connections, because I like with like different people and different creatives, and they'd be like, "What do you do?" Like nobody ever knew what I did for this
mhm.
first, like, up into the show. Nobody ever knew what I did.
Yeah.
It was just like I kind of got anxiety, because like people always would ask me what I could do, and I know what I could do, and
Mhm.
people look at me like, "Can you really design? Like, are you really a designer?" And then I was just like, okay, 2025, I'm making it a priority that I do a fashion show and I put my work out there and people see
Yeah.
what I can do. And to me, I was just blessed and honored that it turned out the way it did, because like that was literally my first time people seeing everything. And I was kind of scared, because I didn't
Yeah.
know if people would like it
Yeah.
or how
Well,
they would
it's
react.
so personal design.
Yes,
It's so
yes.
personal. Yeah.
And then like when I finally seen it before everybody went out, I was just like, wow, like I stopped everybody. I was like, I really killed this. Like we
Yes,
really
you
did
did.
good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like for that to be my first time just presenting something to everybody, I
Mhm.
feel very blessed, and I think it was good for everybody to see my starting point. So now it can only get better.
Yeah. So yeah. So what excites you? So now that you've done that, what excites you moving forward?
I would say just expanding the brand, getting these pieces more, accessible,
Mm.
um,
Hmm.
getting it more into people's hands, and then just build, like I say, building community and being able to
Hmm.
create an experience through the brand.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think, when we first met, we talked about kind of that manufacturing piece that, scaling, like you said, getting it accessible. First of all, getting it made,
Yeah.
in, whatever shape and form it requires to get it out to more people. So what, I guess, what roadblocks or challenges have you found in just getting things made and manufactured so far?
I think probably the biggest, because me, like, I can skip this like sample process and all that, because I can sew and I
Hmm.
do all my samples. So I think like the biggest thing is probably like what most creatives go through, is being having to balance life, finances,
Hmm.
and just trying to find people you can trust to actually make the production run for
Yeah.
you. So
Hmm.
I think that's the biggest thing, having the right finances to be able to just completely lock in
Hmm.
and move forward with all that without being you know scammed, or just making the wrong decisions, and
Hmm.
probably just finding the right mentor to help me make things simpler,
Yeah.
because I feel like when first doing it, you're overthinking a lot.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I think those things right there, for me at least, I can't speak for nobody else, but those have been my biggest blockages, and
Hmm.
but we're slowly getting past it, and we that's
Hmm.
the focus this year, is to get this stuff in people's hands.
Okay. Okay, so 2026 is about, maybe figuring out the manufacturing. If you don't quite make it to I guess, a factory or manufacturer, do you have sort of like a plan B to, kind of move a little bit slower at a slower pace? Or are you trying to, just kind of like really take your time, build up the plan, finance it, and then launch when you're actually, ready to scale it?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like I
Hmm.
say, I can sew myself, so if I got to, I'm gonna just get under the sewing machine and do
Hmm.
everything myself, and then just figure out the rest. Like, start small, because they say don't despise the small beginnings, and I feel like
Yeah.
That's what we get caught
Hmm.
up into a lot is, we have this big dream, so we want it to be that now. And I
Hmm.
feel like that's what slows us down and during the process because we try to jump so far ahead. So
Yeah.
I gotta just jump in there and sew everything myself. I do it.
Hmm. So kind
Yeah.
of, so kind of more working in parallel, like you're still, figuring out like the big picture, how you're going to get it done, and
Right.
in the way that you would ideally want it to be done. But then also you're not waiting. You're going to, do something in the meantime to start to get yourself out there.
Yes, man. We're gonna try to get these pieces out the best way we
Yeah.
can. But I also was saying like if I have to do it that way of me just having to get under there sewing it, I would make it like a very limited,
Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like me hand doing it will also give it more value also. So then I can bring that the limit and the like of how many pieces I do down, and then I feel like that'll speak a bigger volume also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into your aesthetic. I love your aesthetic. It's very modern, forward, very wearable, but still like it feels fashion forward. So tell me, who are your influences? How did you, come to this aesthetic that you have?
Um, I think it's because I've been trying to develop my style for like the past probably since I was in high school. Like I was
Hmm.
always known for dressing a certain way, so I've been growing my fashion taste for the longest, and I think my biggest influences comes from like sports, football, basketball. I was a football player in high school and college,
Hmm.
and then just just not being afraid to try new things because I like the community I grew up in. There's you don't see too many fashion forward men.
Yeah.
You have those people, but not as deep as I'm trying to take it. So
Hmm.
I feel like there's a lane for people like me because there's a lot of men that's scared to take that step and just bring some more creativity to the masculine men.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. Some of my biggest influences first would probably be Kanye West because he's just like not even with the fashion or the music. He's just a successful creative. Like
Hmm.
he figured
He's a hyper creative too. It's like,
yeah, he do everything and he's successful at it. And I
Mhm.
aspire to be like that too because like later on I don't want to just be fashion. I also want to do films. I also want to do like art and stuff like that. So it's just like looking at his story and how he did it is very inspiring to me. And
Mhm.
then like on the fashion end, another one I would say is Tom Brown. I was introduced to him recently, probably in like 2023, and once I
Mhm.
see like, his aesthetic and just like his silhouettes, I was stuck. I was just like, oh no, he's one of the goats. Even though I
Mhm.
just found out about him, I was just like, how can I mix these two together and make my own thing? Because that's how I see it. Like I
That's a
know,
really
like,
cool mashup. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's a really
yeah.
cool
So
mashup. Yeah.
that's when
Mhm.
I'm designing. That's my mindset. How can I be Tom Brown and how can I be Kanye West?
Mhm.
And just as time goes by, I think that style is going to develop greatly because you don't see too many people doing it. Yeah, we have like the high end streetwear, luxury streetwear, but I don't know the name of mine of what category I fit in
Mhm.
yet. But I feel like I'm just creating my own lane.
Yeah. I think you can allow the editors to put you in a lane. I think you
Yes.
just create, you focus on, creating that really recognizable look, and then all of the fashion editors and all of that, they'll put you in a box.
Yeah.
They'll
Yes.
put you in a lane. um,
Yes.
but yeah, so um, are you thinking about uh kind of, so the collection that we saw in November, are you thinking about continuing to just like build that one out, or was that just sort of like just to get the itch scratched and then now you are recreating? going forward?
hmm Uh, going into the fashion show, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be the foundation. This
Mm-hmm.
gonna, be the collection that's just gonna just show people what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
But as time went by, I was just like, this was actually a good collection, but I feel
Yeah.
like I can build on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was stuff still missing from this collection, and I was saying I wanted to take um 2026 and just build on the collection and redefine it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I thought it's a really good start. It's a really good start.
I
So,
appreciate that.
yeah. Okay. So if you were to, have unlimited funds in building out this collection,
hmm
like what do you see Knome? What's the big vision, the big forward vision for Knome?
Man, building the experience, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's honestly, it's bigger than where my mind is even taking it now, because it's like I know where I'm thinking of it now, it's just gonna exceed that. But I would say, like, I picture myself in, like, my own flagship store or something like that, and being able to, host events for the brand, and then just, just building community to where it's just like I can actually build that experience. Like, well, while I'm building that experience, I want it to be documented, like
Mm-hmm.
being recorded and stuff like that, and I can possibly make it into like a film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way I'm doing, I guess, like, it's a documentary slash a film. So, like, but when I'm editing it, it just looks like it's like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want the people to go through the process of me creating. I want the people to go through the emotions of the people seeing everything. I want the
Mm-hmm.
people going through, like, the frustrations of life and all of this. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
like, the biggest thing for me again is just like building that community and that experience. So all the funds would probably go to that. Just how can I make this experience for the people to just, like, remember this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how can this be talked about 25 years later, like, down the line? Oh, like, this is a fresh brand, but when he first popped out and, did his big thing as just him, this what happened, this what I experienced. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I want to set the standard for that, especially in the Dallas scene, because I feel like we're growing, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to be a part of that. Like, oh, like, Dallas is actually a fashion house now, and I want to be
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a name up under that.
Okay. So that flagship could possibly be here in Dallas.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, good.
It'll
Okay.
definitely be
We
him.
lose so many people to, the big cities and, Dallas obviously is a big city, but, we lose so many people. So I'm excited to hear when people want to, plant their roots
Yeah,
here
for
in
sure.
the South
I don't see
region.
myself leaving Dallas to go to like a New York or LA
Yeah.
just because
Okay.
of that reason. Like, I feel like we don't really in Dallas, we don't really have that. And I feel like that's where we're missing
Mm-hmm.
for it, like what it is. And I know I can be one of those brands that people can just be like, oh, it was the home based in Dallas.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
doing the thing. It's in the New Yorks and LA's, but it's based in
Mm-hmm.
Dallas. Like, I just know and see myself that much further ahead to where it's like there's no reason for me to leave because I have everything here.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. We need to put that as like a little ticker right there because
We
yes,
got it.
it's such a good community. And the more that I do these talks, like I'm just,
Mhm.
getting to know so many more creative minds that are excited to be here and stay here. So like, so we all need to be collectively, creating this here.
Right,
So,
right.
so I'm excited that you want to help to lead that. So,
Thank you so much.
okay. All right. So what can the community do, the forward community specifically, who might be watching? What are some things that we can do to support you?
Um, just when I'm active and actively like shows and Just when I do start, getting those pieces out, just be a part of the community. When
Hmm.
I'm starting to do these community events and just building the brand, I would love for people to actually be active with me
Hmm.
and I because like again, like this is bigger than a brand. Like the message is for us to actually help people, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's a ministry. Like
Hmm.
like that's literally a ministry for me, and I feel like if people not buying anything because it's not about the sales, I like be a part of the community. Send it to somebody you feel like would need this. Like those things. Like for me, just be a part of the community.
Hmm.
That's
And
the
that's
key
something
thing.
that they can do right now, right?
That's
So,
they can do that
yeah.
right.
So where can they follow you?
You can follow my main Instagram at I know Zach IKNOZECH, and then the brand page is Knome Attire KNOMEATTIRE.
All right. Well, cool. We'll definitely send people there, and I'm excited to see, what you will be doing. Excited to experience it. Excited to buy it.
Yes.
So yeah. Any way that we can help, we are here as a Ford community, and then
Mhm.
as a Nomi community.
Yes.
Uh,
I,
so
I
yeah, it
just
was
want to
great
thank you
talking
so
to
much.
you. Oh,
Yes,
sorry. Go ahead.
thank you so much for this opportunity. It was very, I'm very blessed to even be doing this right now. When I first met you, it was great connection, and I'm just honored, and I appreciate the Forward community for everything that y'all are doing for us.
Yes, yes, we're excited to support you further. All right, well, so nice to talk to you,
Yeah,
and I just look forward to sharing this with the community. It'll be on social media, of course. It'll be on YouTube and long form, and then you'll see little snippets
okay.
on social media. So,
Thank you
all
so
right.
much.
Well, have a good evening. It was great talking to you.
Yes, you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.